Now, on 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app, O'Connor and Company.
It is 5:07. Good Wednesday morning to you. It's O'Connor and Company getting you going here for 4 straight hours, nonstop. I mean, except for traffic and weather every 10 minutes. First on the fives, but we're not really stopping. That's part of what we do here. And, of course, all of your news updates. And you get to find out about my hair loss. Other than that, nonstop, 4 hours right until we hand it off to Chris Plant. And we've got plenty to talk about. At 6:35, Cal Thomas will be our guest. 7:05, what's really going on in Virginia with the polls? Well, we'll talk to one of the best pollers in Virginia from the Trafalgar Group, Robert Cahaley. 7:35 brings us your D.C. U.S. Attorney. She's also a judge. Judge Janine Pirro will join us at 8:05. Dr. Mark Siegel about those peanut allergy reports we discussed yesterday. And then at 8:35, a cast member from the new production of Aida at the Kennedy Center, Morris Robinson. Is he a tenor or is he a baritone? Have you done your research, Julie?
I have.
And?
I have, yeah. He's a baritone.
Tenor or baritone? Oh, he's a baritone. Okay, good.
No, I don't know, actually, Larry.
Then I can't use my joke. I said, that's a tenor I wouldn't give you 2 5s for.
God.
Very much. I've been rolling in the dad jokes lately, haven't I?
You've been rolling in something.
Okay. Mrs. C-3PO. I don't know if I deserve that. You got a lot of attention yesterday with your Halloween costumes, by the way.
That was a great topic.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Soon, between now and Halloween, we're going to talk about the person who turns their house into a house of horrors and disturbs the entire block and freaks everybody out. And what kind of... Because guess what? That guy who does that to their house, listening to this program right now, guaranteed.
You know, my sort of get off my lawn comment of just get a pumpkin and a mum and call it a day, right? Yeah. I got a couple emails. You know, our friend Austin Roos.
Yes.
He sent me, he's so funny. He sent me, he obviously ran out front of his front yard, took a picture, and it was a couple mums and a couple pumpkins.
There it is.
I love it.
That's all you need.
Be the Rooses.
And then pray and get ready for All Saints Day.
Yes.
Okay. That's what it's really all about. All right. Speaking of running out and taking a picture of the exterior of your home, the White House is a pretty famous residence, and the exterior of the White House, quite possibly at this moment, is more photographed than it's ever been before because all of the insanity going on over the reconstruction of the East Wing, an office building that was basically expanded for Franklin Roosevelt's swimming pool. It has an outdated office for the First Lady. And Trump is doing what many presidents in the past have done in renovating. We talked about this yesterday. All the presidents who have done things to the East Wing. Yeah. Nobody even pays attention to the East Wing. It's that building right before you get to the...
It doesn't even have a television show.
Exactly. Oh, God, don't even say that. Aaron Sorkin will now, ink a 6-season deal. He'll drag Alan Alda out back to... lecture us. Do you ever notice they always cast the craziest liberal to play the Republican in these shows, like Alan Alda?
Honestly, I think most people think Martin Sheen was president at one point.
I think Martin Sheen thinks Martin Sheen was president.
I mean, he played.
I guarantee you, Charlie Sheen thought that he was president.
Remember the JFK movie in the 80s?
Oh yeah, did he play?
Yes. Yes, he played JFK.
There you go.
And then, of course,
apparently, I don't remember it.
You don't? Oh, I loved that miniseries. That and Lonesome Dove. I smell a tangent coming on. Keep me on track, Larry.
Well, one of the chief critics of the reconstruction of the East Room into a beautiful ballroom, this is for all the presidents to use. And you ask anybody who worked in an administration and worked in sort of the First Lady staff or in the protocol staff or responsible for all of the state visits and everything, they'll all admit that the White House is woefully unequipped to handle these events. We talked about it yesterday.
Yesterday I talked about how when the Obamas would have these big blowouts, they'd have to put tents on the lawn.
Yeah.
Tents on the lawn.
Exactly. This is the United States of America, and we're in tents. What is this? That's like having teepees and wigwams out there. There's nothing American about living in a tent. Oh, wait a second. I guess the Native Americans lived in tents, didn't they, now that I think about it? Anyway, Hillary Clinton is really upset about it. So she took to the X platform with the picture of the facade coming down. And listen, I understand it is jarring when you look at the White House and you see a giant, construction truck there, and it's all in shambles. It looks like a bomb went off.
Okay, yes. Do you also? It looks like Beirut. Okay, don't you feel like could they have done this and like put a tarp up or something?
Oh no, this is pretty deliberate
because it was like it was one excavator like bashing the heck out of the side of the building. I'm like, isn't this done in a slightly?
It's like if you zoom in. You know who's driving the big excavator truck?
Barron Trump.
It's the kid. It's the kid who got to mow the lawn last term.
That's right.
Trump said, "Hey, did you enjoy cutting the grass? I got a new plan. I got a new project for you." No. Barron has bigger fish to fry these days.
It does seem like they might have. I don't know. I just feel like. Could there have been like a different way of doing it?
President Trump, here's our plan. We're going to put up these partitions. No one will, see it, so it won't be an eyesore. There won't be any controversy. He goes, oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Wait, I got a better idea. How about we drive them nuts again?
Yes, exactly.
How about instead? So Hillary Clinton takes to Twitter, X, and she tweets out the picture, tweets out a headline, and says, it's not his house. It's your house, and he's destroying it. What a drama queen. Are you serious?
I mean, and honestly, she
opened
herself up. I know. She opened herself up to so much abuse, which was delicious.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Yeah, no, the responses, I mean, obviously, who would desecrate the sacred ground of the White House like this? And everybody immediately thinks of that little closet off the Oval Office.
That's right. I'm
right. Sorry.
Yep.
Desecration of the
or those I think it was Marky Post and Linda Bloodworth or something jumping on the bed in the Lincoln bedroom. Well, the bed that Lincoln slept in or something. They remember that? Remember how they used to sell?
Oh, they rented out the Lincoln bedroom to the highest bidder.
Right, yeah. to the and yeah, it was grotesque.
Yeah, a Clinton would never defile the sacred ground. There's rumors she
stole china.
House.
I mean,
yes.
Honestly,
they stole furniture out of the White House.
Yeah,
and then they were forced to give it back. They returned $28,000 of White House furnishings. It was just, it didn't end well.
No,
it didn't end well. And Eric Trump, I think, had the best drop the mic comment on her. He said, the ballroom will be spectacular, unlike your work in Haiti. Okay. Well, oh, wait. Excuse me. Apparently, so there's a D.C. journalist who has discovered that the government website for illegal construction reports that an inspection has been scheduled for the White House at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue tomorrow. So apparently, this guy's speculating that the D.C. government is going to come after the executive branch of the federal government because they think that an illegal construction project is going on. Well, there goes another 10 years before they get statehood.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep rolling it back.
But again, I can't help but continue to go back to the fact that he's building a ballroom.
Hold that thought just a sec. It's 5:15. WMAL traffic and weather every 10 minutes. First up in the spies with J.B. Witten in the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center. More ballroom talk in a minute. And let me just say, on other radio stations that are a little bit more juvenile, that tease would mean something very different. Go ahead, Jamie.
Sorry, Jamie.
Oh, my God.
WMAL, making sense of the news. Live from the Home Paramount Pest Control Studios. Home Paramount, the leader in pest control since 1939.
Your next $1,000 could be one text away. It's $5K a day on WMAL.
I think people are mistaken that the East the East Wing, the East Wing that's now being sort of, yes, it's going through the demo phase, but it will be built up and reimagined as a gorgeous, based on the renderings, beautiful ballroom. People think that this is part of the White House mansion proper, like the original building that was built,
Yes.
under the watchful eye of George Washington and John Adams. They're confusing the East Room with the East Wing. It's very different.
Yeah. They also forget that ultimately this is a working office building. Mm-hmm. There are some practicalities that have to be considered. And a president having a location to entertain larger groups of people, I think you mentioned it yesterday when you said when you go to an event or a dinner at the White House or and I don't think you've been at like an official dinner.
I haven't.
But most people have been in that. Is it a gold room?
It's the East Room.
The East Room.
It's the East Room. It's literally in the mansion. If you go into, I have been in there. If you go through the famous entryway where all the foreign dignitaries come in, walk through the main doors. If you turn left, go east. It's right there.
So
and
it's sort of the biggest room
it's
where
the
they
biggest
hold
room
these
got.
dinners.
Yeah.
So you
and
go
it's
in
not
there.
Very
it's
big.
tiny.
It's really
tiny.
small.
And
Yeah.
again, it's not out of the question to say, you know what, there needs to be a place for more for a space for entertaining. It just makes me laugh when the reactions are like I said, like he's building a roller derby or something, on the grounds. It's
every presidential administration will be able to benefit from this room, and they will all use it unless you get a president who is elected with Trump derangement syndrome. We will not set foot in that room.
That's right.
Right? It's ridiculous. And I'm sure, I've no doubt he's going to name it after someone in the family.
Who do you think?
Just a hunch. I don't know. You know how at Disney World they have all the hidden Mickey Mouses you can find everywhere?
Yeah.
It's like, have you ever gone on the Mickey Mouse hunt? You can go through Disney World, and it's just built into the fencing and into the architecture, and and they do it on purpose. The Disney Imagineers, when they do the design of the buildings on Main Street, USA, and say, all right, well, let's throw some Mickeys in here so people can hunt for them and find them, little mouse ears. I think there's going to be little Trumps everywhere, little T's, like gold teas hidden into the molding and stuff like that, and the chandeliers. Oh my God, there's a tea. I see the tea.
Like in certain areas of, I think it was Hampton Court, there were like windows that had like an A for Anne Boleyn. Now, the King Henry, he had them all destroyed, but there's a few that the carpenters missed, probably on purpose.
Oh, that's
and great. So maybe that's it. Maybe in the glass there'll be like a tea or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, listen. People have very strong feelings about Anne Boleyn, but everyone just calm down. It's nothing to lose your head over. All right, so moving on to The View yesterday. Karine Jean-Pierre, by the way, this was lost in all of the coverage of Karine Jean-Pierre's book rollout, but apparently, and she mentioned it in passing yesterday, did you know that she was a black lesbian?
No, really?
Tell me about it. It was shocking. Well, more on that later, but when she was on The View, Joy Behar, as they talk about Trump and the desecration of the White House and the deconstruction of the East Wing and all this, take a listen to this. Cut one.
What are your thoughts on the demolition?
So, the People's House is basically being sold to the higher bidder. Yeah. It is corruption at its core. And I heard someone say this when I was backstage. It could not be. There's no greater metaphor right now than what's happening right now in this country than watching Donald Trump take a wrecking ball to the White House.
Yeah. Kind of obvious.
It's too obvious. It's like you couldn't
so
make that
profound.
up. When I saw the image yesterday, I was like, this is not real.
But why did they let him get away with it? He has all of these people who just let him get away with whatever he wants to do.
That's what he's been doing for the last 9-10 months. Like the powers that are in the D.C. are not standing up. Yeah. They're acting as if they're powerless, which is part of the book. Independence. Like, no, you all have power.
There has been a temporary restraining order on when Donald Trump writes a presidential proclamation saying the sky is blue, they find a federal judge to temporarily restrain that. Are you kidding me? Nobody's doing anything to try to stop him. No, actually, everything that he's doing is well within the confines of the Constitution, unlike Joe Biden, by the way. Oh, and when you talk about how the people's house is being destroyed, and this is just a perfect metaphor, I can think of another incident that happened in the people's house that's a perfect metaphor for the last administration. Remember when they found that bag of cocaine randomly just kind of lying around? I just can't think of a perfect metaphor for the Biden family living in that building than that. More on Karine Jean-Pierre a little bit later. Right now it's 5:23.
Coming up, we'll give you more on KJP's disastrous media tour. Keep it here. It's 5:30.
WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station. Making sense of the news. News Talk 105.9. News now. Now on 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app. O'Connor and Company.
It's early. The sun isn't up, but your Wednesday morning just got a little better because you found O'Connor and Company coming up at 6:35. Cal Thomas will join us. It's 7:05. Pollster extraordinaire Robert Cahaly. He's got a different perspective on the Virginia race right now, 2 weeks out, than his colleagues. 7:35, D.C. U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro, that would be Judge Jeanine to her friends and vast television audience. 8:05, Dr. Mark Siegel on peanut allergies. And at 8:35, Morris Robinson, cast member of Aida at the Kennedy Center. Have you seen Aida before?
I never have.
It's set in Egypt, you know. It has an Egyptian motif.
Very cool.
One last note. I just saw this on social media commentary on the White House reconstruction, and then we'll get to Karine Jean-Pierre. Jonathan Last, who used to fashion himself a conservative thought leader, but then went over the edge with Bill Kristol and other people at the Bulwark, right? Now he's a liberal Democrat. It's incredible how that worked because he's a liberal Democrat because he's holding on to conservative values, unlike the rest of us. That's
right.
That's what you can never forget. Jonathan Last took to social media, Blue Sky, of course, because that proves that
safety.
Yes. If a Democrat is ever elected president, raising the Trump ballroom and restoring the White House to pre-Trump status is non-negotiable. You have to tear down the physical manifestations of authoritarianism. So this guy, thought leader, oh my God,
honestly, Larry, some of the craziest never Trumpers who work in media, that used to be on the right, they have pretty nutty wives who are also, I mean, you really track that. Like the ones who say things like this and embarrass themselves, it's usually a couple.
I've never met Mr. Last's wife. Have you had the pleasure? Is there a situation there that we should know about?
She just seems to be very angry. She's on.
Well, if I were married to Jonathan Last, I'd be pretty angry too. I'll be honest, for a whole host of reasons. But no, honestly, again, he's a thought leader, and I'm going to take his cue on this, and I agree with. Can I just say I agree with Jonathan Last, and I think right now, any Democrat running for president in 2028, they need to pass this litmus test. Do you promise right here, right now, to tear down Trump's ballroom and restore the White House to where it was? That should be a litmus test. It should be non-negotiable. I want them to go, even after it's done and after it's open, no matter how beautiful and functional and logical it is to have a ballroom at the White House, I want every Democrat to stand up there and say, I will tear this down. Just show the American people just what a moron you are. I think it's great. And if you lose the election, think to yourself, but this was Jonathan Last's idea.
Have you seen these? Have you seen and it's kind of an interesting business concept, which I mean, I think people are nutty. Have you seen these things called rage rooms?
Sure.
You can literally pay, and they put. It's kind of like an escape room. So you're locked in a room, and it has things like vases and mugs and whatever. And the whole point is you stand in there and you break everything. Like you can pick up a chair and break it into a wall, whatever. they're like these rage rooms. You could just imagine all the employees of the Bulwark just going over to the ballroom
and just
and tearing down the ballroom.
I mean, that would require them having the strength to actually pick up a hammer.
True.
And I don't know if the biceps and triceps are functioning quite at that level.
Probably not.
But yes, that would be something. No, lost in all of the debate over the ballroom is one fundamental question that everyone from Hillary Clinton to the ladies on The View to prime time. I'm sure Jake Tapper has chimed in. Everyone who's saying, "Oh, look at this destruction of this is the perfect metaphor of the Trump presidency." This is blah blah blah. Here's a question that nobody's asking: is it a good idea?
Yes, the
utilitarian
aspect of it.
Will this actually serve a purpose? Is it a good idea? Will the country benefit? Will future presidents benefit? They can't. They can't even get to that point because it's Trump.
No, let's keep putting tents on the White House lawn when you want to have a big event. That sounds like a good idea.
Think about the political minefield for Democrats now because they have been forced by the likes of Jonathan
now they're going to use it
and Joy Behar. Anytime they use
it, yep. It's it's going to be bitter for them, which is delicious.
Like I said, I think every Democrat who's running for president from this point forward, I mean, for the rest of the future of our world, if they're running for office, item number one, elect me and I will tear down this ballroom.
And also, if they're not going to go as far as tearing it down, they should commit to never using it.
Ever. We will not use that ballroom. Not in my presidency. Not in a Karine Jean-Pierre presidency.
We're going to seal it off.
So Karine Jean-Pierre did have more to say on television yesterday. I don't know if you caught this. Cut 4. This is on Morning Joe. Again, breaking. Take a listen.
And for me, as a black woman, as a person who's also LGBTQ, I feel as if...
actually, that's enough. We don't have to hear anything after that.
That's all that matters.
Julie, why did they not make a big a deal out of this when she was first hired for the job? I would think that they would have, mentioned that.
She never mentioned it, Larry.
It never came up. Every other interview,
every
interview. I meant every other question. By the way, she would basically raise that issue. As a black woman and LGBTQ, she's a black lesbian. Who knew? Shocking. A little bit more on Karine Jean-Pierre, some of the other things she had to say. And there's one thing that we can agree with Karine Jean-Pierre about. It's revealed in her book. She never thought Kamala Harris would be elected president. And, I mean, pretty much we agree.
But not for the same reasons.
Not at all for the same reasons. We'll tell you what in a moment. It's 5:43.
This afternoon on the Derek Hunter Show, we're approaching a world record for government shutdowns. What will make Democrats care? Anything? We don't know. We'll talk about it at 3 o'clock on WMAL.
All right. Karine Jean-Pierre yesterday, after the big reveal that she was a black gay woman, which, again, I mean, I think I speak for the entire nation when we just assumed that she got her job based on her talent and her intelligence and her natural abilities to lie. But no, apparently she also checked a few boxes there. Good for her. Good for her.
Wasn't there also? Did she also say she was a legal immigrant?
Yeah. There's that one too. Yeah.
I just remember all the box checking and trying to keep track.
Here's cut 4A talking about how beleaguered she is being lesbian.
Those communities that I am part of largely get taken for granted. And I see that today in groups that are being thrown under the bus for a short-term win.
By the way, she's talking about the Democrats when she says sort of basically... She's claiming that black women and gay women and transgender people are being thrown under the bus and are being betrayed right now for a short-term political gain, which, by the way, I mean...
I don't disagree with her.
Really? Because I don't see anybody throwing... I don't disagree.
I do think that to some degree... I mean, of course, it's for different reasons. But I do think that there are certain communities, as she likes to say, that are taken advantage of by the Democrats. They just assume they're going to get the black vote. They just assume they're going to get the Hispanic vote. They just assume they're going to get the gay, lesbian, A, B, C, D, E, F, G vote.
That's fair.
And now, it's not for the same reason. It's not what she's talking about. But I do think the Democrats treat these communities terribly.
Yeah, but I see them going down with the ship. They're not changing their position on any of the
are
locker room, bathroom stuff. But
yeah.
By the way, you want to decry a member of the LGBTQ community getting thrown under the bus? How about Kamala Harris?
Yeah.
Throwing Pete Buttigieg under the bus, literally publicly proclaiming that she couldn't pick him for vice president because they'd never win the election. Speaking of that, by the way, Karine Jean-Pierre has revealed in her book that she never thought Kamala Harris would win. Get this. Are you ready? When I woke up, it was over. Harris had lost. I received calls from friends who were distraught or numb with disbelief. But I wasn't surprised by the outcome. The truth was, I never really believed Harris could win. I'd been in the body of a black woman all my life.
Oh, my God.
Boy, there's a joke there. I'd stood at the podium in the White House briefing room, traveled in my chocolate skin through rural towns, and all my experiences of blistering stares and racist assumptions left me unable to see this country electing a president who looked like me. They hate America. They absolutely hate America.
Well, it's also just, there's always an excuse. They are totally incapable of self-reflection, of any sort of, thoughts that perhaps they need to improve. Perhaps they need to improve their communication. There's just, these are the most obscenely narcissistic people in this country. And again, they hide behind their race. Every excuse for every failure is they use the race as an excuse. It's disgusting. It's tiresome. People are tired of it.
It always bothered me when Barack Obama was running for president, and he would make that joke on the campaign trail as part of his stump speech. I have no doubt that it's challenging for a lot of Americans to vote for a black man.
You're doing Bernie, by the way.
It's all the same. Vote for a black man with the name Barack Obama. It's like, why? Why is that why do you think so little of the American people that they wouldn't vote for a black man or someone with a stupid name? I mean, for crying out loud, we voted for someone named Harry Truman. I mean, please, that is the funniest punchline name ever. That said, Karine Jean-Pierre, I have good news for her because she's so worried about the inherent racism in this country and the sexism in this country and how this country would never vote for someone who looks like her with her chocolate skin. And let's not forget, she comes from the Caribbean, right? Well, here's the good news for you. The Commonwealth of Virginia, just 2 weeks from today, the former capital of the Confederacy, Karine Jean-Pierre, they are on the verge of electing a woman who looks like you. Actually, she's much more attractive.
Right. Yeah.
She is also from the Caribbean. She's from Jamaica. She is a black woman. She loves this country. She loves and respects the voters in Virginia. And if you really worry about inherent racism and wanting to break those glass ceilings, I expect you to come out in full support of Winsome Earl Sears as the next governor of Virginia. Wouldn't that be stunning and wonderful? And prove that you are truly independent, as your book title suggests. You're not beholden to the Democrats. No, you're independent, Karine Jean-Pierre. It's time to back a black woman. She's running right now, right here in Virginia. Julie, do you think she's going to do that? Do you think Karine Jean-Pierre will support her?
More importantly, if Abigail Spanberger was truly committed to anti-racism, she would simply drop out and give the governorship to the black woman. Isn't that the principles of anti-racism? Because that is important, that you give black women a leg up in this country.
No, it's important that you read the book that says you're supposed to do that and then put a sign out on your front yard. Yes, come on. Actually, you know what? You don't even have to read the book. Just buy it and put it on your coffee table. Or behind you when you do a Zoom call. That's all.
Right.
It's 5:53.